Hello everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to my top 5 best weapons within Fallout 3. This list will showcase my opinion of what are the best weapons you can acquire and use in the game. Of course it does depend on your build and what you want to specialise in, however these weapons are my top picks for what are the best weapons to use in any playthrough. As always, there are timestamps in the description if you wish to skip to a particular weapon, but without further ado, let's get into the video. Number 5. Vengeance. This weapon is a unique gatling laser and can be found deep within the Deathclaw Sanctuary. Vengeance has one of the highest DPS values in the game, being able to deal 220 points of damage per second, as well as having a higher ammo mag size than its standard variant. The weapon deals 11 points of damage but can dish out 20 shots per second, making this weapon lethal to most enemies. Despite this devastating damage output, the weapon consumes and uses up ammo very quickly. You will need to carry a large amount of electron charge packs, which not only get used up very quickly but are also one of the rarer ammo types to find in the game. Number 4. Lincoln's Repeater. This weapon is a unique lever action rifle and can be found within the Museum of History. The Repeater has a high base damage of 50 and deals an additional 50 points of damage upon a critical hit. Unlike its other counterpart, the Backwater rifle from the Point Lookout DLC, the crit multiplier is only ×2 instead of ×5, however does come with a 0 spread. This means upon firing the weapon it will fire exactly where you aim the bullet. Furthermore, the rifle can be repaired with hunting rifles, making it very easy to keep at a high condition. One of the downsides of the weapon is that the weapon takes the rarer .44 Magnum ammo, meaning you might not use this weapon as much as others. If you have the Pit DLC and have access to the ammo press, then the ammo type becomes less important. Number 3. The Terrible Shotgun. This weapon is a unique combat shotgun and can be found at Evergreen Mills on Smiling Jack. The shotgun starts with a high base damage of 80 and deals a crit damage of 40. The thing that makes this shotgun so powerful is that when firing the weapon, 9 pellets will fire from the weapon. Furthermore, all 9 individual pellets have a chance to deal a critical hit. If all pellets deal a critical hit and potentially combined with the Better Criticals perk and a sneak critical hit, the weapon can deal up to 1240 points of damage from a single shot. This damage amount is enough to kill most enemies in one shot. The downside to this weapon is that the spread of the weapon is very high, meaning it is only at its most effective at close range. Despite this, you can actually use the weapon from further away and still deal a lot of damage to enemies. Number 2. The Metal Blaster. This weapon is a unique laser rifle and can only be obtained within the Pit DLC. Upon starting the quest and safe working conditions, you will be tasked with collecting steel ingots from the steel yard. For every 10 ingots you bring back to Everett, he will give you a reward. Upon returning 50 steel ingots to him, he will give you the weapon. If you wish to know the location of all steel ingots in the pit, I have a guide on that which you can watch here. Unlike a normal laser rifle, the Metal Blaster fires 9 beams instead of 1, with its damage being split evenly among all the beams. What makes this weapon devastating is that all 9 beams can deal separate critical hits on a target. Combined with the weapon's beam spreads being non-existent, if all beams deal a critical hit and potentially combined with the Better Criticals perk and a sneak critical hit, the weapon can deal over 800 damage from one shot. Despite this, the weapon degrades at a much faster rate, only being able to fire around 455 shots before breaking compared to a standard laser rifle's 1086. The top spot of number 1 is the Alien Blaster. This weapon is a unique weapon and can be found at an unmarked location not far from Minefield. If you have the Mothership Zeta DLC installed, you normally need to complete the DLC to get it as a reward. Despite this, if one has Dogmeat with them, they can acquire the weapon and all of its ammo without triggering the DLC. The weapon has a base damage of 100 and deals an additional 100 points of critical hit damage. The Alien Blaster is one of the most powerful weapons in the game with its high base damage, but what makes this weapon so powerful is its 100% chance of dealing a critical hit on a target. Every hit on a target will deal a critical hit, and furthermore the weapon has a weapon spread of 0, meaning the weapon will fire exactly where you aim it. The weapon can take down most enemies with a hit to the head, however the downside to the weapon is that the ammo is limited, meaning once you've used up all your power cells after gathering them all from a few locations, you won't be able to use the weapon again. And there we have my top 5 best weapons within Fallout 3. I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, thank you for watching.